Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Journal. I'm out on the golf course next to our house here on Sanibel Island. On Saturday, I played in a scramble tournament, and this was the first time I had played in any kind of organized golf event probably in 40 years. I used to be in a golf league when I worked at the newspaper in Woonsocket, Rhode Island. I was a little nervous about it. I've taken some lessons, and I never was a great golfer, and now I'm even less certain that anytime I hit the ball, anything useful is going to happen. But I was in a kind of a happy place, and I was playing with some people I really like. One is my friend Gil Peters, who kind of got me into the whole thing and set up the foursome. And the other is a teacher that has given Gil and me lessons, Mike Dopslaff, who used to be the pro at the club, and then a neighbor, Bob Akins, who lives just 2 houses down. So a good group of guys. And I thought, I'm out here to have fun. I'm not out here to be upset at any given shot that goes awry. And I did have fun. It was, for one thing, Mike, every time he hits the ball, something wonderful happens. And I noticed how often he was disappointed with his shot. Talk about everything being relative. He'd wind up and he'd hit the ball way out there, and it didn't land on the right side of the green. It was like too far from the pin. He was on the green, and so that was interesting. But he had a good time, and he shot a good game. Of course, we used most of his balls. It was a scramble. And Gil is kind of comparable to me. We play at a similar level. He's very hard on himself, so a lot of times he'd hit a shot and it just wasn't pleasing to him. And Bob I didn't know quite so well, but we had some good talks in the golf cart. You hit your ball and then you take the little electric cart to the next spot. And we had some real, kind of meaningful conversations. I really enjoyed talking with him and getting to know him. I guess I must have been making it clear how much fun I was having, because at some point I was up there on a green and Mike said, "Okay, Mr. Happy." I'm not always happy, but I'll take that. It's just beautiful being out. This course has all kinds of water, so I must have plopped at least 7 balls into the water. Some of them, we get balls hit into our yard because it's next to the golf course, so there's sort of free balls. I went through all the free balls, I call them yard balls, and then I was getting into some that I'd actually purchased. No matter, you hit the ball into the water, and then you walk up to where Mike hit his ball, and you have a great time. There was a dinner that night that we went to, and a band. Darlene and I did some dancing. Deb had no-see-ums eating her feet, so she's still dealing with that. And it was the grand opening of the club. This is a club that was just devastated by the hurricane. I think when the hurricane hit, where I'm standing, the water would have been up to like my neck. It just would, the ocean came onto the island, and they had to tear up every inch of grass on the fairways and replant it. And and Saturday was the grand opening of the club. All the work that had gone into doing the work, and the family that owns the club spent millions of dollars getting it back into, it was playable in all 18 holes, and there was a pickleball tournament and the whole thing. And this island is, each business, each home, each condo is struggling to come back after the devastation of that hurricane. And it's inspiring, to see how much work has been done and the people that are doing it, and I don't know, it's pretty cool. So you can call me Mr. Happy today, and I'm glad to be out here. This is the second tee, and nobody's out playing yet, so pretty soon we'll be on the pickleball court. Hope you have a great day and your week is off to a good start.